In 1998, the Jamaica men's football team, the Reggae Boyz, qualified for the World Cup that was held in France. While in the group stages of the competition, them finished third, failing to advance to the round of 16. This is where the top two teams from each group would progress. They eventually left France with one World Cup win, the lone win in them history. Them returned to Jamaica as heroes, not just for the country, but for the entire Caribbean. Since then, Jamaica has not returned to the World Cup, falling short just a few times. But why? With the likes of players that we have today, I don't see why we can't qualify. Let's take a look at the Jamaica men's football team 1998 World Cup journey, where the team truly got its nickname, the Reggae Boyz, one that's known around the world. The lovely game of football was introduced to Jamaica in the 19th century with the formation of its first football club in 1893. Jamaica's first international appearance was an invitational friendly against Haiti in 1925, where Jamaica won all three games. Between 1925 and when Jamaica gained its independence in 1962, Jamaica had regular games with Trinidad and Tobago, Haiti, and Cuba. Them did even have a match against a club from Argentina named the Tigers. Those friendly international games were the start of Jamaica's football quest, with most of the home matches being played at Sabina Park. Also, around this time, many local football clubs were established, providing Jamaica with the talent they needed. 1962 was a year of huge milestones for Jamaica. Not only was the year we gained our independence, but in football, it was the year that the Jamaican Football Federation joined the World Football Governing Body, FIFA. This meant that they could start competing in matches to qualify for the World Cup. It was also the year that the National Stadium was opened. This is where all home games against the Jamaica national football team are played. And another name for the venue of the National Stadium whenever football is being played there is called the Office. Jamaica's first attempt at qualifying for the 1966 World Cup was unsuccessful, as the team did not make it past the qualifiers after being beaten in a 3-2 home game at the National Stadium. Jamaica again tried to qualify for the FIFA Games being held in Mexico, but the team was young and unprepared. Jamaica had only a couple remaining players from the previous World Cup, and the team had to rebuild because most of the players had retired or migrated to England or North America. Jamaica lost all their qualifying games that year. In 1982, Jamaica did not attempt the World Cup final set in Spain due to insufficient funds and a poorly prepared team. Jamaica did not participate in the 1986 World Cup because of suspension for affiliation fees that were due to FIFA. Normally, the best teams in CONCACAF don't have to enter the World Cup qualifying rounds until later, giving them an advantage over the rest. For Jamaica, they had to start in the very first round of qualifying in May 1996, a full 2 years before the 1998 World Cup they were seeking to play. In the 1998 World Cup qualifiers, Jamaica won 2-0 against Suriname and defeated Barbados 3-0 in the following round. René Simoes, who was made head coach by then, recruited English players with a Jamaican heritage to be a part of the national team. Paul Hall, Fitzroy Simpson, Dion Burton, and Robbie Earl were all named in the squad due to their Jamaican heritage. A plan that really paid off, as one of the three recruits, Dion Burton, scored the single winning goal in the matches against Canada and Costa Rica, the two games that were very important in Jamaica's first ever World Cup journey.
The only goal of the match as Jamaica win it 1-0 and they go to the top of the CONCACAF region.
So after those wins, all Jamaica needed was a draw for qualify for the World Cup. And them do just that. At the Office too, them do it on home soil at the National Stadium. So you know the scenes did crazy. After a 0-0 draw against Mexico, Jamaica secured its qualification and was ready for make them first ever World Cup appearance. Prime Minister at the time, PJ Patterson declared the following day a national holiday, calling it the greatest day in our sporting history. And just like that, the Reggae Boyz were headed to France for the 1998 World Cup. They were about to showcase Caribbean talent against the best teams in the world. So the Reggae Boyz got Group H, joining Argentina, Croatia, and Japan. That's a pretty tough group to this day. The Reggae Boyz played their first World Cup match on June 14, 1998 against Croatia, with the national anthem Jamaica Land We Love being heard at the World Cup for the very first time. After Croatia took a 1-0 lead, Robbie Earl scored for Jamaica on the very edge of halftime, the first World Cup goal in Jamaica's history. Jamaica eventually lost to Croatia by 3-1. After losing to Argentina 5-0, Jamaica finished third in Group H on 3 points. The 3 points came from a 2-1 win over the Japanese team. Both goals were scored by Theodore Tapa Whitmore, who went on to be the head coach of the Jamaica national football team himself. This remains the Reggae Boyz' first and only appearance in the World Cup, despite many attempts to qualify for the World Cup games. Jamaica made history by becoming the first English-speaking country from the Caribbean to ever qualify for the World Cup finals. And as Jamaica continued to fight to represent at another World Cup, that 1998 run will be the guide. And like I said before, with the likes of players that we have today, both Jamaican and of Jamaican heritage, there should be a chance. We have the passion, we have the players. There should be a chance where we can fight and try to rewrite history. This time, maybe better.